Greetings and welcome to the 53rd episode of Retro Rant. And what a treat we have for you today! It is Miami Mice. Yes, you heard me right, which is a side-scrolling fast action beat 'em up released commercially, and that is very important to remember, for the Commodore Amiga in 1989 by ECP. I haven't even heard about this game until it was suggested to me here in the channel, and even though my stinker videos don't seem to be very popular, I simply can't stop doing them. Starting with this title screen, one should already feel in his gut that he's in for a treat. The Miami Vice rendition is actually quite good, and I cannot but applaud the guts of the guy for putting his name here, if that is his real name. The premise of the game is unknown, but I would love to get a copy of the manual and see what in the bloody hell this is all about. Our hero is a blue mouse who ordered some toxic waste green overalls from Amazon, and he is truly a badass since he goes on by himself to deal with the feline scourge of the city nightlife. You are armed with a finite number of knives and some ultra ineffective martial arts, and you must gather knives and cheese from the floor like Darkmere to replenish your arsenal and energy respectively. The graphics are a true feast for the eyes, which you cannot unsee. I cannot believe this game was released commercially, even though the Hall of Light database explicitly mentions this as a commercially released game. Imagine this being a full-price title. I pity the poor guy who would have seen the extra juicy screenshots and gave his hard-earned money to play this thing. But I guess he had it coming for him, since I can only imagine the lovely screenshots at the back of the box. Just look at this thing! The perspective is all wrong. The choice of colors makes me want to pluck my eyeballs out and wash them with chlorine. The cats look as if they had been playing in crap before coming in for the fight, and the cheese looks like it is made from crap as well. Again, if this was a developer taking the piss with his mates and released this for free, this would be perfectly acceptable, but asking money for this? This is a disaster, and I can only speculate about the amount of sold games not exceeding single digits. There is nothing much to say about the sound of Miami Mice. There are some sparse sound effects every now and then, but that's all. Even if there were any sound in the game, you wouldn't be able to hear it over your agonized screams of horror at this diabolical piece of software. And the gameplay? Believe it or not, it is the worst part of the game. The combat is absolutely random and clunky. The slow movement and ridiculous frame rate contributes to that a lot, and I found it impossible to reach the second level and see what goodness awaits me there. Sometimes the enemies excrete their yummy brown cheese when they die, which helps with the energy, but even then I could not get any distance in this, since it is completely random if you hit the enemy or if the enemy hits you. At least the scrolling and the enemy AI are okay-ish. Overall, this is a fabulous stinker for the Amiga, a platform with an astonishing library of awful beat-em-ups. I still cannot believe this thing was commercially released, since everything feels and plays like a joke. What is interesting is that I couldn't find any box art or a separate ADF file of the game, and I could only find it inside a compilation, which kind of makes sense. If you have more information about this gem, please feel free to share it in the comments section below. If you enjoy these awful games as much as I do, definitely track it down and give it some brown cheese and love. So that's it for now, and I'll see you next time.